A Bigger Splash is directed by Luca Guadagnino. I'm positive I'm saying that wrong. I don't know how to say that. And it stars Tilda Swinton along with Ralph Fiennes in there. And right off the bat, I'm just going to apologize for me driving and doing a review. I haven't done this in a long time. It's just I'm on the go. I don't have time to review this movie. There's more movies coming out tomorrow. I put up my other reviews so late, so I'm like, I need to just get done with this review because I just saw this movie and I'm putting it out here. So the movie is basically a super artsy movie about Tilda Swinton, and she's like this rock star lady, and she loses her voice like Adele, and she's like in some other country just on vacation while her voice recovers. She's with her boyfriend, and they're just having a nice time together. In comes Ralph Fiennes, her former lover and producer or whatever, and he comes with his daughter, and they obviously have a past together, and the boyfriend and Ralph Fiennes also have a past, so they all know each other here, and it's a movie that develops and it shows you slowly what the story is. And it's basically a movie about them just interacting a little bit. You discover with flashbacks throughout the movie of how they know each other. And it's a story of him basically trying to win Tilda Swinton back because he's like in love with her and he's always loved her or whatever. And there's all this conflict that happens. And that's pretty much the basic plot of the movie. And what I'll say first and foremost about this movie is that I thought it was beautifully, so artistically directed. I thought this director, he blew me away with his style. The shots that he did, there were some shots in there that I couldn't believe that they got. It was such a beautiful looking movie. I thought the director did a great job. The actors, I thought, gave great performances here, and that was the biggest part about this movie because it's so much dialogue and just them talking that it needs good performances, and it's given there. The director does a great job, and it's a beautiful looking movie. And I mean, that's the positives of the review though, because there's a lot of negatives that I feel towards this movie because there's not much of a story here, and that's fine. I just reviewed a movie, The Meddler, that doesn't have any sort of story either, but in that movie it has at least characters that you care about and some funny things that happen, and you know, it's nothing really happens, but it's a fun movie to watch. This movie is artistically done and has a lot of cool choices in there, but it's so full of itself, and I just feel like the director knows how beautiful the movie is and loves the shots that he's getting, but there's just no story. And the characters in the movie, although entertaining and very interesting, it's a very interesting kind of movie. It pulls you in with the direction because he's so good at pulling you in, but there's just no story to it, and the characters are all so pompous and just full of themselves, and that's what this movie is. It's just full of itself, and it's unfortunate because it started off and I was like, man, this could be some sort of Oscar movie with the way that it started and just the way it kind of drew you in, but then nothing really happens, and then by the time that something does happen, because the movie does go somewhere, but by the time it happens, you're kind of just out of it. Like, you just don't really care anymore because the movie just goes on and on and on, and there's good performances and it's beautiful to watch, but it's so full of itself and the characters are so unlikable, and you have trouble caring when things happen at the end. And then there's a lot of interesting choices that the director makes, but there's a lot of just confusing choices as well that you're like, I don't understand what's happening. And there's like whole scenes where you're like, what does that have anything to do with anything? And that's what I feel this movie is. It's just so much style and everything over a substance of a story, you know? And it's a movie that I was excited to see, and I enjoyed watching it, but I was so pulled back by just how full of itself the movie was, and it's unfortunate because I really wanted to like this movie. I was excited to see it, but for me, I just feel that it's a little bit too full of itself to go anywhere interesting. So I'm gonna have to go 2.5 out of 5 for A Bigger Splash. I think it's beautifully done, but just too full of itself to give you any sort of fulfillment. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, sorry about this crazy review. I'll have more coming up this weekend with new movies. But thank you so much for watching, guys. If you like this and you want to see more reviews from a guy like me, Tom Waterloo, then please like and share this video, leave a comment down below, and most importantly, subscribe. And I'll see you guys at the next one.